Hello and welcome back to the Canaries Chat channel. Today we have another game week prediction. This is game week 3 in the championship. For people that haven't seen the videos before, we are running a competition. We're getting people on every week to predict the results, and if you finish top of the leaderboard, we're looking to do some form of prize or giveaway or something at the end of the season. Speaking of the leaderboard, it was another stinky week for me. James is still top on 12. Stuart, who played last week, got 4, and I'm still bottom on 4. Both weeks I've only got 4 points. So there's a running theme here. We'll see if that still continues. Today we have Steve playing today, so he'll obviously looking to be taking the top spot off James. But let's get straight into the game week games. So we've got Derby versus Bristol to start with. I actually think Derby have been relatively solid, and Bristol obviously have that thumping victory against Sheffield United, and I believe they drew against Charlton. Derby lost 5-3 against Coventry this game week. I've gone 1-0. Steve has gone 3-1 Bristol. We then have Charlton Leicester. So we've both gone that Charlton won't score. I've gone 2-0 Leicester. Steve's gone 1-0 Leicester. Leicester, I believe, was it 2-1 against Preston? I believe lost. Charlton obviously had that good result against Bristol. I do think Leicester's firepower should really get them over the line in that game. So much so that I have boosted that result. So again, if you haven't seen these videos before, you get 1 point for the correct result, 3 points for the correct score, and you can boost a result to double those points. So I've gone 2-0 Leicester as the boost. Steve has just gone 1-0 to Leicester. We then have Hull Blackburn. Hull had a very kind of solidish start. They obviously beat Oxford. Their transfers, I believe, are kind of still only free transfers. They're still under that embargo for the rest of this window. I've gone 1-1 and Steve has gone 2-1 Hull, sorry, not 2-1 Blackburn. Blackburn lost late against Birmingham. Birmingham have obviously been tipped for big things this year. So not necessarily a bad performance because they were leading for most of that game. So I don't know. I just have a feeling it'll be a little bit closer. But yeah, so we've got 1-1 and then 2-0 Hull for Steve's prediction. We then have a Swansea versus Watford. So Norwich obviously played Watford in the Cup. Didn't seem anything special, but they did rest a lot of first team players in that first half. Swansea, I thought, would do relatively all right this year. With their back end form coming through. They didn't have a very good result first game week, but they did beat Sheffield United last week. So don't know if that's more telling on where Sheffield United currently are or where Swansea are. But taking into account Bristol's result against Sheffield United, I think it could just be Sheffield United already in a bit of a lull. I have gone with a 1-0 Swansea and Steve has gone a 1-1 draw. We then have a Birmingham versus Oxford. So, as I said, Birmingham 2 late goals against Blackburn to come back and win that game. And obviously had that result against Ipswich with them conceding a late penalty. People are tipping them to do really well this year. They've recruited relatively strongly as well. In regards to Oxford, they lost to Hull and I believe they lost 1-0 to Portsmouth the week before. So they are sitting kind of towards the bottom of the table. I can't see that changing this game week. We've both gone with 2-0 Birmingham. We then have Coventry QPR. Obviously, Coventry had an 8-goal thriller against Derby last weekend, coming from behind, scoring 3 goals in very quick succession to bring that game back into their favour. I've gone 2-1 to Coventry. Steve's gone 3-1 to Coventry and has boosted the Coventry game. I still like QPR. I think QPR have got the possibility of doing something really good this year. But again, they lost to Watford and Watford were down to 10 men. So maybe I'm giving them too much credit. But yeah, we've gone with 2-1 and 3-1. We then have the Norwich game. I was going to make it 3 games on the trot, basically, of saying 1-1. I thought I can't be that pessimistic in this situation. So I have changed to a 2-1 Norwich. And Steve has gone with a 1-1 game. So obviously, fitness seems to be a big issue with Norwich at the moment. We're getting to kind of that 60 odd minutes and then we're blowing out. And from the sounds of it, that is due to our pre-season, and the pre-season was kind of tailored around what Thorpe was looking for. That didn't overly get changed, and it feels like we're seeing the negatives of that, of not enough game time, playing 2 games in one day, things like that. I don't think the guys had enough fitness to really get up to where they need to be for the championship. However, that first half against Portsmouth was really good, especially the first kind of 25-30 minutes. Controlled the game well, took our chances when they appeared. Set pieces seem to be a big thing as well. We're looking really sharp on set pieces. Harry Darling long throw as well, another weapon that we didn't necessarily have last year. So yeah, I'm going 2-1. I'm trying to be a bit more positive. With Middlesbrough, they had a very good result, 3-0 against Millwall, who obviously beat us on the opening game of the season. I do still think Millwall will be in and about it. But yeah, it was a superb result for them last week. And we're still not going to understand really where teams should be sitting for probably another 5 odd game weeks until we really truly know where teams should be sitting. So there's still a little bit of guesswork in these predictions, but Middlesbrough also got knocked out of the League Cup, and yeah, that was with a bit of a whimper. So definitely want to keep an eye on, but I'm going 2-1 Norwich. Steve's gone 1-1. We then have Preston Ipswich. Steve has gone 2-0 Ipswich. I've gone 1-1. I think Preston have actually looked pretty sharp of late. They obviously beat Leicester. Leicester is the same boat as Ipswich, coming down from the Premier League. Ipswich have had a lot better transfer window, in my opinion, than Leicester have. But I do think Preston at home have an opportunity to really kind of make a statement result. If they pick up a result against Ipswich and they've won against Leicester, I mean, that is a very, very strong start. And I do actually think the league this year is going to be a lot more open. Basing it off the first few results I've seen, going to be a lot more open than we originally thought. I thought Ipswich and Southampton would absolutely run away with the league. And I haven't seen a performance from either of them to kind of make me feel that way. So, yeah, I think it could be open, and Preston could be maybe staking a claim for a top 6 if they continue to be taking big scalps, the likes of Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton, teams like that. So we then have the Sheffield United Millwall game. I've gone 1-1. Steve's gone 1-0 Millwall. I do think their form's got to change at some point. They've got too many good players not to be picking up results. However, I do think Millwall, as seen against Norwich, can execute a game plan to perfection. And I think they've probably got enough to still pick up a result at Sheffield. I do think that I could have gone 2-1 Millwall. If I had to put money on someone to win the game, it would be Millwall. But I still think draw is most likely result. So I'm going 1-1. Steve's gone 1-0. Southampton Stoke, we have both gone 2-1. I actually thought Stoke would struggle quite a lot this year, and I'm being made to eat my words. They're sitting top of the table, I believe, at this point in time. Looking very solid, had some good results. They played Sheffield Wednesday, which I know they're not in the greatest place at the moment with everything going on in the club, which is absolutely diabolical. But that Sheffield Wednesday team still gave Leicester a really good challenge, and it wasn't until late that they lost that game. So although Stoke's 3-0 maybe looks really easy, I don't think Sheffield Wednesday would have just rolled over in that situation. I think that's more how well Stoke would have played. So, yeah, it is a tricky one. However, they are playing Southampton, as I said, both going 2-1. I think Southampton still have a lot of quality in the team. They'll be at home, and yeah, I'm expecting them to try and push on from that Ipswich result to start getting more points on the board. We then have a West Brom Portsmouth. We have also gone the same result there. So West Brom 3, Portsmouth 1. Thought Portsmouth looked okay in our game. Nothing kind of groundbreaking. They have some very talented players in there as well. However, West Brom under Ryan Mason, I still think should be a top 6 team, and I'd be expecting them to pick up results against Portsmouth. Portsmouth definitely got a goal in them though, and can definitely cause an issue. So that is why we're both expecting them to score really. And then you've got Wrexham, Sheffield Wednesday. I've gone 2-1 Wrexham. Steve's gone 3-2 Wrexham. So expecting a lot of goals in that one from Steve. But again, not to keep going harping on about it, but the stuff happening in Sheffield Wednesday is terrible, and that does affect what's happening on the pitch. Wrexham making some good signings. Broadhead, talks of Callum Doyle coming through the door, which would be an unbelievable bit of business for them. And yeah, I think they're going to be looking to strengthen as well. Windass is now injured, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go and make some more attacking signings as well. I am expecting Wrexham to carry on Sheffield Wednesday's woes, unfortunately. So those are our predictions for game week 3. Comment down below if you agree with those. I'm sure there's going to be people that don't, but comment down below on what you would change. If you want to be part of this, leave a comment and say that you want to kind of take part, and we'll get in contact some way to get you in on the predictions like we have with the previous guys. And as always, if you've enjoyed, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.